With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch bar.
Pausing from filming just to take a little break to show this. And I have a fork. Denise, is this okay if I use this? Yeah. Okay, I have a fork and I'm just going to dig into it just to see. Oh yeah, okay. That is a ton of mold. This is really dangerous.
Looking back now, Lunchly became one of the most heavily criticized YouTuber products ever released, drawing an intense wave of backlash almost immediately after launch and posting sales numbers that fell far below what many people expected. At first, the product looked like it had everything going for it. After all, it was backed by MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI, three of the biggest online creators on the planet. On top of that, the concept seemed practical and was viewed by some as a potential rival to established products like Lunchables. But fast forward to today, and the excitement has largely disappeared. Many shoppers seem uninterested, and reports of discounted Lunchly packs appearing in stores across the United States have only added to the conversation. For many observers, the product has become one of the most talked about commercial disappointments connected to YouTube creators in recent memory. However, this product's collapse didn't come out of nowhere, and the full story is actually much more complicated than many people realize. So be sure to drop a like and subscribe as we go all the way back to the beginning, when MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI appeared together on an Instagram live stream to officially reveal the product. And surprisingly, the announcement was met with a lot of excitement at first, with plenty of viewers showing support and curiosity about what they were launching.
We came together to create a Lunchables competitor featuring the fastest growing hydration beverage ever and the fastest growing candy ever. And so we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to Lunchly. Oh, yes.
At the beginning, Lunchly actually received a strong amount of support online. For many people, the launch seemed to make perfect sense. Logan Paul and KSI already had Prime, which had become one of the fastest growing beverage brands at the time, while MrBeast had Feastables, a snack brand that was expanding rapidly and gaining attention around the world. Because of the success of those brands, many viewers saw Lunchly as an obvious next step and a product that looked well positioned for success. The early buzz around the launch only added to that excitement. As interest grew, the founders pushed the product heavily across social media, often drawing comparisons between Lunchly and Lunchables in their promotional content to attract even more attention.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch bar.
Whoa.
Feastables crunch bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese.
Drip versus stick.
These promotional videos were also where the first major controversies started to gain attention. As the product spread across social media, more YouTubers and streamers began sharing their opinions, debating what they liked, what they disliked, and whether the product deserved all the hype it was getting.
And Dan TDM replied. This is what he had to say.
What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their lives? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Do better.
One of the most notable voices was Dan TDM, who weighed in on the situation with a tweet that read, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust people who are selling it to them." After being posted, the tweet quickly gained massive attention and support across Twitter. Many other content creators, influencers, and everyday social media users joined the discussion, sharing their own criticisms and concerns about Lunchly. The conversation spread rapidly across the internet, turning what started as a product launch into a much bigger public debate. As the backlash grew louder, the founders behind Lunchly, Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast began responding to the criticism in different ways. The most active response came from KSI, who posted repeatedly about the situation over several days and frequently addressed the growing controversy online. He also released a video discussing the backlash and sharing his perspective on the debate surrounding the product.
Looks like crap to me while showing his toys that he sold to kids. How does this benefit your fans, Dan? Now, obviously, people didn't realize that I was shining a mirror in his face. Instead, they were like,
Wait, you did the same as Dan. You made toys with Tube Heroes.
and yes, that's fair, but I'm not the one complaining. But okay, did I reply to this? He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? At this point, his fans imploded. But again, they kept moving the goalposts and being like,
Oh, well, Dan only did this once. He's only made a video once about sweeties to his audience, so you're wrong.
I mean, he still did it, but sure. If you just type in Dan TDM sweets, there's countless of videos of him eating sweets, promoting sweets to his audience, but cool.
At the time, many viewers felt that KSI wasn't treating the controversy as a major issue. His online responses often came across as attempts to brush off the criticism and give the impression that the negative attention surrounding Lunchley wasn't having much impact on him or the other founders. At least, that was the perception shared by a lot of people following the situation. As the backlash continued to grow, KSI remained highly active in the discussion and frequently responded to comments about the product. Over time, he also brought attention to some of Dan TDM's past partnerships and sponsorship deals, seemingly arguing that other creators had promoted products as well. However, many people online felt these responses missed the main concerns being raised. Instead of calming the controversy, the exchanges often sparked even more debate, and some viewers believed the strategy ended up creating additional criticism for KSI rather than helping his position. And for many people watching the situation unfold, things became even more awkward when Dan TDM largely chose not to engage with the back and forth at all. After posting his original tweet, "What happened to YouTubers, man?" He mostly stayed silent and avoided turning the disagreement into an extended online battle. The only post that drew significant attention afterward came months later, when Dan shared a few photos of himself with his family and captioned them, "Living the dream." The timing quickly caught people's attention, and some social media users began speculating about whether the post was connected to the ongoing controversy. Others saw it as nothing more than a normal personal update. The post eventually prompted a response from KSI, who replied, "Happy for you, man." That exchange sparked even more discussion online, with viewers debating whether there was any deeper meaning behind it. Regardless of the theories, Dan TDM's public actions gave many people the impression that he wasn't interested in continuing the drama and was focused on other priorities outside of internet disputes. Months later, Dan would finally address the situation more directly during an appearance on Tommy and It's podcast, where he was asked about the controversy and shared his thoughts on everything that had happened.
Tom speaks highly of your aura. I really do.
Well, yeah, with the whole Twitter stuff that happened, the aura was quite strong.
That's what he goes on about. I
couldn't believe that. It was like,
was it mad?
Yeah, like the whole, it felt a bit Game of Thronesy. Like the whole internet like had my back, which was kind of wild.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. Was it? Were you just sat in your room like, this is a bit mad?
Yeah, it was a bit ridiculous, but like,
it was
for like
awesome.
2 weeks.
And then the living the dream. Living the dream was crazy. Mate, he's been crying for like 2 weeks straight, and you come in and just like, I have a great life. That was incredible. And what I just enjoyed is like, he couldn't get around his head why. I don't think he's never not been the top dog before. The way I described it is like, if you're in school and like me and Jack are year 8s and he's like a year 10, and then for the first time ever, the really kind year 11 goes, no. And he's like never had that happen before.
I think it was just more as well, like I couldn't be bothered to like fight. Like he loves the whole back and forth. That's what the whole boxing stuff is about. Like I get it. I understand it. But it was funnier to not feed into it because
it's just exhausting.
You just watch it happen. It was fun.
Was it fun?
It was
to sit back and
it was funny.
Many viewers interpreted Dan TDM's decision not to keep responding as a sign that he simply didn't want to spend his time on a prolonged online dispute. From that perspective, he appeared focused on his personal life, family, and other commitments rather than turning the situation into a months-long public argument. At the same time, KSI remained much more active in the conversation and continued addressing the controversy across social media. Supporters and critics viewed that approach differently. Some felt he was defending himself and the product, while others believed he was keeping the discussion alive because of the massive attention it was generating online. One thing that was hard to ignore was just how much engagement Dan TDM's original tweet received. It became a major talking point across the platform, drawing huge numbers of likes, views, and reactions. Many people believed that if Dan had continued responding regularly, the controversy would have grown even larger, bringing even more attention to Lunchly, Prime, Feastables, and everyone involved in the debate.
You know what's funny as well? My wife was always like, just think before you tweet. That was one time I didn't really think too much before tweeting. Usually I'll type it out and be like, no, I can't bother, delete it.
Yeah.
So then I didn't tell her for like 3 days, and she's not on Twitter really. So I didn't tell her. And then I kept getting notifications from my phone. I was like, oh, Logan Paul's responded. Jimmy's messaged you. KSI's responded. I was like, well, I'm going to have to mention something now.
What was it like? Hey, babe, so.
Yeah. She was like, oh, well, I agree with you, but maybe you should just not kind of like stoke the fire anymore. I was like, okay, that's fair.
In many ways, this marked the end of the Dan TDM chapter of the controversy. Despite the repeated online discussions surrounding his tweet, he never really became heavily involved in a prolonged back and forth. Aside from addressing the topic later on, he largely stayed out of the drama, and the situation gradually faded from the spotlight. But that was only the beginning of the challenges Lunchly would face. Not long after the product arrived on store shelves, a new wave of controversy started gaining attention across social media. Several creators began posting reviews and comparison videos, putting Lunchly side by side with competing products such as Lunchables and sharing their experiences with both.
I was shooting a video comparing Lunchly to Lunchables, and I opened the first package, which was supposed to be good until December 8th, 2024. And we just got this one. This was fresh from the store this morning, and there is a ton of mold in there. I honestly wasn't expecting that. I was thinking that, maybe they would taste pretty similar, just, not have that best or better for you ingredients. And I was going to go over nutritional facts and things, but this is really concerning. So I just am pausing from filming just to take a little break to show this. And I have a fork. Denise, is this okay if I use this? Okay. I have a fork, and I'm just going to dig into it just to see. Oh, yeah. Okay. That is a ton of mold. This is really dangerous.
Among those creators was Rosanna Pansino, whose review attracted significant attention after she reported finding mold in one of the products she examined, sparking another major round of discussion and criticism online.
Wait, ew! Guys, I'm in Target, right? And I want to buy a box of Lunchly so that I can compare it with Lunchables in Singapore. This is still moldy. This one's moldy. This one's moldy. This one's moldy. They're all moldy. Bro, how are they selling this? How is this legal? They're not expired, by the way. It's Valentine's Day today. And yes, I am in the Target getting Lunchly for Valentine's Day. Reason understood. Pretty sure all the blue ones.
I got it. Thank you.
One of the biggest concerns raised by critics was the possibility that customers could purchase a Lunchly product, open it later, and discover signs of spoilage or mold. Many people argued that food products need to meet high-quality standards before reaching store shelves, especially when they are being marketed to a broad audience. In response to the criticism, Logan Paul, MrBeast, and KSI addressed the issue and stated that the product and its processes were continuing to improve over time. However, for some observers, those explanations did not fully resolve the concerns being discussed online. Critics argued that any reports of spoiled products deserve serious attention and careful investigation, regardless of how often they occurred. As the controversy grew, more creators began posting videos documenting products they claimed had quality control issues, including reports of mold being found inside certain packages. These videos spread rapidly across social media and added even more pressure on the brand. Some reviewers even visited stores to inspect products themselves, with a few claiming they found multiple questionable packages on shelves, further fueling the debate and keeping the controversy in the spotlight.
What happened to Lunchly? Just seen that the Lunchly X account hasn't posted since April this year. Has Lunchly been as successful in the long run like Prime was? The honest answer, yes. But like, it's just like been killing it in the background. Prime is a bit more in your face, whereas Lunchly is just, all the promo was in the beginning. And now the people enjoy it, just buy it. So it's kind of just like steadily growing. kind of like how Prime is right now. Like everything's just growing. So I know it's not as hyped up as, you know, it was a few years ago, but as a product, you can't have something just be hyped forever. Like eventually it's got to cool down, it's got to cool off. But yeah, in the meantime, people are still just enjoying Prime and Lunchly. It's just, I got nothing else to say. People are just enjoying it, as in the general public are just buying it. So yeah, I guess it turned from a meme to a thing people just buy now.
For many critics, the continued reports of mold-related complaints created the impression that the issue had not been fully put to rest. When a food product faces repeated quality concerns, even isolated incidents can attract significant attention and raise questions from consumers about manufacturing, packaging, and quality control processes. Some viewers argued that certain videos or claims circulating online could have been misleading or inaccurate. However, others pointed to the evidence presented in those videos, including packaging dates and product information, as reasons they believed the concerns deserved to be taken seriously. Because Lunchly had already faced public discussion over mold allegations in the past, each new report quickly gained traction and sparked another round of debate across social media. As a result, the controversy continued to follow the brand long after the initial launch. Whether every claim was accurate or not, the repeated discussions about product quality had a noticeable impact on public perception. Critics questioned how the company was handling the situation, while supporters argued that the brand was continuing to operate and improve its processes. Even so, the ongoing controversy remained one of the most talked about challenges connected to Lunchly and its founders. Because of everything that happened, a lot of people online have become skeptical about claims regarding Lunchly's success. Some critics have questioned how popular the product really is and whether its public image matches what they personally see in stores and everyday life. A common argument from those critics is that they rarely, if ever, see people purchasing or eating Lunchly compared to more established lunch kit brands. Many have shared personal experiences of seeing competing products more often, while claiming that Lunchly appears to remain heavily stocked on store shelves. Of course, individual experiences don't necessarily reflect nationwide sales, but they have still become a frequent talking point in discussions about the brand. This skepticism has also led some people to question optimistic statements made about the product's performance. Critics argue that positive claims may be intended to strengthen public perception and keep confidence in the brand high, while supporters maintain that outside observers don't have access to the full sales data. Either way, the debate over how well Lunchly is actually performing has become another major part of the ongoing conversation surrounding the product. But anyway, let me know what you think about Lunchly in the comments below. Do you think the criticism surrounding the product was justified, or do you believe some of the backlash was overblown? I'd love to hear your thoughts and see where everyone stands on the situation. I've really been enjoying making these retrospective style videos lately, looking back at older controversies and checking in on how things have developed over time. But anyway, let me know what you think about Lunchly in the comments below. Do you think the criticism surrounding the product was justified, or do you believe some of the backlash went further than it should have? I'd love to hear your thoughts and see where everyone stands on the situation. I've really been enjoying making these retrospective style videos lately, looking back at older internet controversies and seeing how the stories have evolved over time. Sometimes the biggest headlines fade away, but the aftermath can end up being even more interesting than the original drama. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And don't forget to drop a comment below with your thoughts on Lunchly and what topic you'd like to see covered next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.